Hey everybody, welcome to Bura Tech. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about Facebook rebranding to Meta. Alright, welcome back. First in this video, make sure that you like, subscribe. The more subscribers you get, the more content we can make. Number one reason why you subscribe to this amazing YouTube channel is to get into money-making trends before they go mainstream. Alright, so there's some big news about Facebook here. Now, obviously, this happened a little while ago. Now, on this channel, I've been making a lot of videos about Udemy because, well, there's a lot to unpack there. But it's the weekend today, and I'm going to be making some videos, obviously, about technology because that's the whole point of Bura Tech. It's not just about e-learning. However, e-learning is, I know a lot about it, so I am going to do a lot of videos on that. And again, if you want me to cover a topic on e-learning, please post your comments down below, and then I can figure out some more content. I have a lot of things that I want to do, but at the same time, though, I always like customer feedback. So let's take a look here. Now, Facebook obviously has kind of a toxic brand here, and I think they know that, well, the writing is on the wall. Now, if you have a toxic brand, the best thing you can do is rebrand. And the reason for this is that you might be doing some things right, but for whatever reason, you've done a few things wrong, and then, well, you can just rebrand. This is very common practice, especially for a big corporation. Now, what Facebook is going to do is that it's going to be making it's a metaverse. And if you don't know what the metaverse is, it's hooking yourself into virtual reality and then existing in the virtual world. Now, the metaverse is inevitable. There's nothing you can do to stop it. And the reason is that technology will be so good. And since people like playing video games, we do know that it's going to happen eventually. Now, should you go into the metaverse, well, I think you might not have a choice. Now, maybe you spend 5 or 10 hours in the metaverse or all your time in the metaverse. What I would highly recommend that you do is you will probably have to spend a bit of time because there might be advantages to being in the metaverse versus not here. Now, there is a ton of ramifications for that. And one of the things that I could talk about is possibly real estate. Now, real estate, most people cram into the big cities, but if you work from home or you work in the metaverse, you can live anywhere. And you can, and there's lots of land in the world, right? Even if you go into the United States, you could move to a huge area, right, where you can just have a nice big open house to the metaverse here. Now, as of now, we don't exactly know what room size you need to be in the metaverse, whether it's, 20 feet by 20 feet or, something like 6 meters by 6 meters or whatever. We don't know what the size is, but eventually there'll be, okay, you need a certain amount of size. There might be some extraneous devices that you might need, but nevertheless, you might have a good, you might need a certain amount of space, and guess what? You can move anywhere in the United States if you don't need to. And so you don't need to live in San Francisco or New York, right? You can live anywhere. And I think people are definitely going to do that. And there will be a subset of society that will do that. Mostly they'll spend most, if not all of their time in the metaverse. Now, personally, I like the real world itself, but I will most likely spend some time in the metaverse here, especially if they have games. I'll be getting to that in a second here. So basically, what's happened here is that Facebook is going into the metaverse here, and this says Facebook's metaverse plans labeled as dystopian and a bad idea. Now, Facebook actually has, now to be fair, I try to be as fair as possible in these videos. But when Facebook wanted to make their own cryptocurrency, I thought that was an amazing idea. But the company itself, like the DNA of Facebook, is probably not my favorite. There are other companies that I would rather do that, and I'm going to be getting to that in a second here. And so for the most part, I don't think I'll sign up for Facebook's metaverse. Now, there might be multiple metaverses, but Facebook itself is probably not the place to go. Now, personally in my life, I've actually kind of disconnected from Facebook, and my life is so much better. And I would assume that the metaverse would be addictive, and I find it probably wouldn't be good. Now, the whole point, they're like the business case for Facebook going into the metaverse is they're going to be monetizing every single human action, right? Now that's what Facebook does, is it monetizes social action online, And that's why it is worth what it is worth. And now Facebook's is going to monetize every action. You're playing a game, you're doing whatever in the universe, right? So you that's what they plan to do. And of course, they will sell advertisers here. Now, there's probably going to be a really good opportunity, a huge opportunity for anyone that knows anything about 3D game development, right? And that's going to be incredible. So again, learning to code, which is why I own an e-learning company, is going to be huge. And and Mammoth will definitely come out with Metaverse courses when the time comes, right? Now, obviously, if we put one up now, that doesn't make any sense at all, right? That doesn't make any sense. Well, it just doesn't make any sense because there's nothing really there. Well, I'm going to get to that more in a second here. But, if Facebook comes out with a Metaverse, there could be other apps. There's going to be a huge gold rush into software and technology. And it's going to be impressive what it is. So there is going to be coming a gold rush here into Metaverse style apps, and so obviously the sky is the limit, or the Metaverse is the limit in terms of what you can do. So anyway, I guess Apple also has augmented reality here. So and that's actually probably a topic for a different time. Should you go straight into VR, or will you have an augmented reality? We'll see. We'll see what happens, right? Okay. So, but now, which company would be the best to make the Metaverse? Well, obviously, Epic Games. Now, what this means is that the Unreal Engine is going to be the heart of everything, right? And I think that's what they know they're going to. And Fortnite is here. Basically, this paragraph says it all. Outside the tech community, most people know Epic Games for its flagship video game, Fortnite. Fortnite is the most popular video game in the history of the world. The game has 350 million players worldwide who spent a collective 3.2 billion hours playing Fortnite in 2020. That's just 2020 alone, not 2021. More than a quarter of preteens in the United States play this game, and the top players can earn millions of dollars competing for more than 100 official tournaments. Now, what does this sound like? Well, this sounds like the movie Ready Player One, sort of, right? So, the Metaverse can already be here, and it could be in Fortnite here. Now, why am I always so bullish on Epic and the Unreal Engine? Well, it's basically because of this one paragraph here. This paragraph it basically sums everything up. Everything is going to go in there. Now, if you are a C++ developer or an Unreal developer, this is great news. And for now, I'm not even focusing on other game engines, right? It's either the Unreal Engine or nothing, right? For me, it's either the Unreal Engine or absolutely nothing. And that's something that you need to understand. If you can develop in this, you will have a job, okay? So if you like playing games, and this is the interesting thing. So let's say you're a hardcore gamer and you play way too much games, right? Well, spend half your time that you would normally play games learning how to make games in Unreal Engine. And all you have to do, and this is all you have to do, is let's say you play 3 hours of games a day, right? All you have to do is spend 90 minutes, right, in the Unreal Engine doing stuff. It doesn't even have to be productive at the start. You just have to do it. You just have to spend 90 minutes in the Unreal Engine, and you watch tutorials, you buy a course or whatever, right? You can do whatever you want, but as long as you spend 90 minutes in the Unreal Engine, and eventually you'll want to spend more time there, right? And then eventually you'll have a skill where you can get a really good job, right? And that's how you do it. That's how I did it. In junior high, I was playing way too much Nintendo 64, and I'm like, why don't I go do something else? And I started, doing other things. And guess what? My life was a lot better. So you can do the same thing now. Now, I'm not saying that playing games is bad. I play Overwatch a lot, and I like it, right? It's the thing I kind of do near the end of the day, right? It's kind of like my treat, right? Because, for me at least, the things I do, maybe the last 3 hours of the day, I play some Overwatch, I watch some videos, maybe podcasts or tutorials, read a book or something, and then I go to sleep. That's what I do personally, and I kind of like it. So I could find myself in the Metaverse for the last maybe 90 minutes of the day. But, I already know how to make stuff in Unreal, and if Mammoth ever goes under, which, you never know, right? You never know what could happen, but I will always have a job with the Unreal Engine, right? And I know that, because I like being in the Unreal Engine. It's a really good engine, and I think they're the company to do it. Now, Epic does have to do a little bit more. Now, but I think this, I have a lot of respect for Epic, so I think I know what they're going to do, and I think they know what they're going to do as well. So the best thing you can do is if Epic does make a metaverse where people can spend all their time in there, I would highly recommend going to Epic's metaverse versus Facebook. I've definitely just stopped using Facebook personally. Not to say that there's really smart people that work there, but anyway, I like Epic a lot more. Okay, so nevertheless, the MetaHuman is crazy, right? And you can see that everything that Epic is doing is they're trying to make, everything to be, well, you can make your own little avatar, which I think would be really cool. All right. So these are some really good articles here. But the short answer is that Facebook is rebranding, right? And it's rebranding because, it's basically had some toxic issues. And that saga isn't over, so I'm going to be covering that more later here. But again, I will be on Monday. There will be another Udemy video. I'm going to try and do that here. But, I do want to cover other things because there's a lot more to talk about other than e-learning. But, the fact that Udemy IPO'd, I've been waiting for that for years. And, well, now it's time for me to talk about it. Remember, if you want me to talk about something, please post in the comments down below. If you really like this channel, you can buy our digital products down below. Learning to code will make your life successful in the future. Even if you don't become a coder, you will think in the way that all the people who create the technology do think. And so if you learn to code, again, if you spend 50 hours learning to code, 100 hours learning to code, guess what? Your future is going to be a little more successful than it is today. All right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.